Hi everybody, welcome to the thumb. I got to clean up my oat field. Like you can kind of see, there's like little corners here and there where last week when the guy came and custom combined my oats, there were some green spots, and I told him to not take anything that was marginal or whatever, and he didn't, which was good. That's what I asked him to do. And but now part of the reason I told him that is because I wanted a good excuse to get the all crop out. I'm guessing I could probably get about 50 bushels out of everything that's left. And I don't know if anybody, some of you guys probably have never seen my all crop videos, but they usually go over pretty good, and I'm hoping this one does too. I was just gonna kind of get everything put together. It's been sitting, I'm trying to think of the last thing I did with this was pretty sure I don't know if I can do this with one hand or not. There, I had to put that tightener on. Yeah, I think the last thing I did was I think I cleaned some triticale for my neighbor. It was what was it, triticale and hairy vetch, I think, together. And see if I can do this one or not. Yeah, see, that's just a tightener. Tightens this main I don't know what you call it, draper, I guess. That's the draper that was on it when I got it. But it has been replaced. It's not the old canvas one. It's yeah, it's got a rubbery look to it. And I did replace this one. Was it last year or 2 years? 2 years ago, I guess. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is just before I grease it, I'm just gonna kind of get it all put together and I see I got to pump this tire up, so I have to run home and get the pickup, maybe some tools. I might bring a screen with me. I'm gonna just, I think in the owner's manual it says you don't need a screen for oats, but the oats were running pretty small this year, so I might go ahead and put a screen in it. But I'm gonna try it without it, and if I get most of it, I don't care if some blows through, because it'll just be, I guess I'd rather have oats growing out there than a bunch of weeds. And I plan on grazing the cattle across that once it all turns green again. I guess this has to go on. This is my chain to drive everything, or I should say to drive the reel. Basically, the faster you drive, the faster the reel goes. Which, if there was anything I would like to change, that would probably be it. But I usually take this off if I'm transporting it very far. Yeah, it looks like I need to tighten that up too. Yeah, I left the cover at home. I forgot I took that cover off last year. But yeah, I'm gonna just fire this thing up and just see if it see if everything turns. Check and make sure there's no critters in the tank here. Bunch of, yeah, everything looks pretty good. I don't see, the only place sometimes the mice will build a nest down in the bottom of that clean grain elevator. Guess we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna fire it up. Just so everybody knows, yes, I do have the seat safety switch is bypassed, and I don't recommend doing that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Speaking of that, but it still won't let me start it in gear. There. Guess I could at least put the parking brake on. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Okay, let's see if it turns. That part does. I probably have to. It's turning. Blow some of the dust out of her. Yeah, it's kind of funny, no matter how well you clean this thing, it seems like there's always some dust that comes out in the beginning. Not that I put a lot of hours on this every year, but it's just fun to run. I never do anything with it that's like, say, has to be done. I usually leave that to my custom combine guys. But yeah, like I said, it's fun to run. Well, I got to go home and get some tools and maybe a tube of grease and get her all into shape. Yeah, I got, I don't know, a couple hours of running to do with this, but yeah, hopefully you stick around and see what's going on. I got one bin full done on this with this oats with the all crop 60, and I'd like to say things were going pretty good, or they were going pretty good, but I'm almost afraid that I broke something. I know I broke something, unless it's just a sprocket that came off or something. But yeah, all that stuff up there quit turning towards, or basically that was why I quit for that load. Yeah, I noticed that well, this belt had come off, and which really isn't that uncommon. It's happened more than once, and yeah, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I got a broken chain or something up in that clean grain elevator. But I did want to point out this this scour clean's really working good. I don't know what kind of grass that is. It's I think my father-in-law always called it blow grass, but I can see why, because it blows. But yeah, anyway, it takes all that stuff out of there. It actually, I mean, yeah, the oats isn't top quality or anything, but it's basically clean. There's not a lot of other weeds or anything in it. There's see a few of these berries from, I think that's black nightshade that's on, but yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I might try to dry it out or something, throw a aerator in it if I get more off. I'm not sure if I will or not. First I got to tear that apart and see what's going on inside there. Maybe I'll even tear it apart at the bottom. Let's go see. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this door open. I did kind of pound on this and it is full, so I'm gonna lose a bunch, but I might have to go get some tools. I don't know how that'll come. I'm just wondering where it's broke, that's all. You know, with all that green stuff in there, it's kind of no wonder that. Ooh. Huh. Maybe it's not broke. It's just all plugged up. Can you guys see that okay? See what's going on? Here, let me turn this. Okay, so basically what's going on is, yeah, this is all plugged up down at the bottom side here. So what I'm going to do is kind of go over to this end and see why. Kind of see why it's doing that. If I can back it off, maybe I'll back it off. But okay, I'm gonna just shut this off till I get it going. Well, I figured out what's wrong. So if you can see, I don't know if I can turn this or not, but you can kind of see where this right here is spinning or not spinning with this shaft here. This shaft here goes all the way up to the gearbox, and that drives this one, which is an auger going across. And I guess what I'll have to do is dig all that out. And I did replace something here when I first got it, and actually it was one of these slip clutch plates, but it doesn't appear that them are slipping. But I think there's probably if I remember right, there's like a half moon key in there that I'll have to find one and probably replace that. But I'm going to take this up into some shade and I'll see what I can do with it, I guess. Well, in true 1950s fashion, I pulled her up under a shade tree to work on it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw it on a video where that's the reason there's, a lot of those old fields have a big old oak tree in the middle of it. You know, it was for, well, it was from back in the old days to pull under to eat your lunch and give the horses a break. But yeah, the old shade tree it's still here for a reason, I guess. But yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is just probably pull all these bolts off and then see if there's a key in that, or see if it looks like there should be. I'm gonna have to pull this cover open. I don't know if I can do that right now or not. Oh, it's really not that full in there. It's kind of odd. But it's just that that elevator was so plugged up that the reason it's was slipping probably. Unfortunately I did hear it slipping, but I didn't think, I don't know why, but I didn't think anything of it. See, that shouldn't be turning right now. See how that bolt or that nut and shaft is turning separately from that? I think that should be turning right now. Anyway, I'm gonna pull it, take it apart and see what's going on. Well, here's what the problem was. This half moon key, well, actually I think the technical term for it is woodruff key. Well, anyway, that's supposed to be one piece, not two. So I ran up to the local hardware store and bought a new one. So I'm gonna throw her back together and see if I can make it work. Well, here's where the problem was. This scour clean was pretty well plugged up, and didn't think it was until I just kept taking chains off and seeing what was moving and what wasn't, and this was plugged up tighter than a drum. So I'm gonna just keep working it out until it gets to feeling pretty decent, and then I'll go ahead and start it up and see if it cleans itself out. Yeah, it's pretty wet. It was going pretty good and must have ran into a wet spot there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, I'll get back soon. Well, here goes. Here, a little more juice. I think everything must be turning. Yeah, everything's looking good. Let's see how it looks in the back. That was kind of funny. Earlier in the video, I said something about having my seat safety switch bypassed, and I'd say that's the least of my worries. I'll rev her up a little bit. And there goes the belt. Well, there's a piece missing here. I knew there was a little thing to kind of a realignment thing for the belt here, and I did notice that there's a little bit of a fresh break of steel there. So what I did was, ironically, I went back and watched the video of when I first started this thing up, and I realized the piece I'm missing is quite a big piece. So I'm gonna take the pickup back there where all this mess started and walk the field, see if I can find that piece. If not, I'll just have to make something new, I guess. I'll see if I can find it. Well, here's a pile of straw from when I first put the belt back on. I don't know how long the belt was off, but it couldn't have been too long, I wouldn't think. So I'm just gonna follow my path. I guess, you know, I backed up here. Yeah, it must be in this area here somewhere. If you guys see it, holler holler out, okay? Wish it was that easy. I'm just gonna, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, I think I'll go back and take care of my cattle for the night, and then I will decide how I want to fix this. Instead of fixing that old part, I just kind of made a new one. It's a little thicker. This is like 3/16 steel instead of that. I don't know if that was even 1/8 inch steel that was made out of before. But anyway, it does the same purpose. I guess it's not original anymore, but that's okay. They didn't warranty that part, so I had to make a new one. I'm gonna try her out here real quick. You know, I was thinking while I was combining there, you know, that scour clean right there, I always wondered why they didn't come up with a newer version of that, you know, and say a modern version and stuff, bigger obviously. But, you know, I got thinking about it. Most of the time nowadays, any fields look like that. They're clean, they're not going, but 50 years ago, that what most people would call crap that I'm combining that would be kind of the normal. So but now that we have all the herbicides and stuff and the technology in that realm of things, yeah, we don't really need a scour clean. Just need another bottle of stuff to spray on. But this is kind of fun anyway. Kind of takes you back, makes you appreciate what you got. So I had to stop and take a look at this barley. It's actually growing pretty good, or grew pretty good, I should say. The heads are small, but there's a lot of seeds in each head. So, yeah, it's the first time I ever grew barley before, or even seen it grown. But yeah, yeah, I planted it because the oats had ground it out, and so I just came in later because I had heard that barley matures faster than anything else as a spring crop anyway. And yeah, it's actually drier than the oats. Well, there's a wet one there, but yeah, for the most part it's drier than the oats is. So, and definitely drier than all the weeds that are here. That concludes today's episode of Thumb Country Stuff. I'm gonna buzz home and grab the leaf blower and blow this thing off and put her away for, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do some soybeans, and I think I'm gonna do my little patch of black beans back there with it too, but for now I'm gonna blow out as much as I can and get her presentable, and hopefully the critters won't get in it too bad. I did have a couple of dead mice came out of it. Yeah, I think they make nests either up there in that scour clean or down there in that clean grain elevator. Yeah, lots of places to make nests, but yeah, as long as they don't chew anything up. At least I don't have wires and stuff like modern combines to worry about. Anyway, oh, speaking of technology, I was looking. This is an early version of a yield monitor. Looks to me like somebody who owned this at one time or used it at one time just put a hash mark every time they emptied it. So I wonder how many hash marks total are on this. Be interesting to find out. Anyway, yeah, again, thanks for watching Thumb Country Stuff, and take her easy.